the Akai and the Yujong anymore.
No Akai for Nepomuceno, unfortunately. This time round, Team Philippines going in first pick, right? These are just standard bans that we usually see from other M series or be it MPL regions as well, right? Nefani, standard respect, but it feels like, you know, Team Myanmar more on the brawly side, right? They really want to team fight, and then after that win then after that kill people, and then take objectives from there. But Team Philippines feels like, you know, they've got that, they know how to deal with these kind of teams. They usually tend to get a lot overheated. We let them attack, we let them absorb, let them burn their spells, and then after that bite back. Adjustments,
and the extreme absolute understanding of the game from Team Philippines. They know how to bounce back from, you know, early game kills, early game mistakes that they've made, and they bounce back hard. And which is the first-hand experience for Myanmar coming into the second game. How do we disrupt and how do we break Team Philippines apart? And knowing now that, you know, for a start, first game, Philippines likes to play the Ube strategy, wants to go for a more team fight strategy, and they can adapt to the situation, knowing that, hey, I'm going to be sending my Paquito down on the bottom side. I'm going to be sending Claude.
Well,
they adapt with sending Carry on their own.
Hold on, it seems like, you know, Myanmar is really, Team Myanmar actually banning away the Mathilda as well, which De La Cruz is the one that you mentioned, is really given Team Myanmar a lot of problems in the early parts of the game, and now...
Oh, you don't want to give Paquito to Vanuya, though.
Yeah, correct. That's the thing, right? It feels like Team Myanmar is just really sending out the Paquito for Team Philippines, Vanuya, but it seems like Freya will be the first B1 pick right here. Still open, can go to Gold, can go to EXP.
Yeah, I do like what Philippines is cooking, especially for Freya. From the earlier parts of the game, definitely Vanuya will be able to hold himself well against a Paquito, so he's not going to be forcing that pick. If that is pretty much open, then you could throw it into the hands of Viana, and that creates a lot of threats, a lot of pressure from the side lanes that Myanmar actually has to deal with.
Okay.
So denying that pick, and they pick Paquito up for themselves. Baxia still no change though. I like the rotation speed coming in for Baxia.
Yeah, game number 2 they open up similarly earlier just now for the side Team Myanmar. Team Philippines drafted Viana back into the carry. There's a Fredrin for the side Nepomuceno at the same time. Still open in terms of where the no, okay, actually kind of locked in, right? It means that, you know, Vanuya is definitely going to be the Freya in the EXP lane.
Yeah, Nepomuceno making adjustments to go on the Fredrin this time around instead of the Akai, and this is going to be extremely scary. Have you seen, lest we forget the Carl TZ kind of Fredrin that he throws into the mix as well. The Claude might be the answer, but it's a Claude and carry, once again, the classic skirmish up on the gold lane. Now, it's still pretty wide open into what De La Cruz wants to pick up, and I think this is how Team Philippines will be able to adjust to their play styles. If De La Cruz goes for his signature Khalid or signature kind of Hildas, this would set up a lot of early game tempo, which empowers Vanuya to do his thing.
I mean, I remember the Cho that was definitely prevalent for the side of De La Cruz, right? Instantly get denied that away, the Claude goes in Blazing Duet. The last thing you need is that Claude get denied for the Blazing Duet, and then after that get kicked, the pick off, and that's it, right? Paquito also technically susceptible to that one as well. You kick the Paquito, and all of a sudden, you know, Paquito may find himself in a little trouble, kind of rotate into these fights. Team Philippines still hell-bent on batting away the Hellcat this time round, not to give the Hellcat roam over the side of Team Myanmar.
There is a little bit of truth to that matter. As you want to leave Viana wide open, so at least you don't really have to worry about skirmishes. Another kind of hero that could sort of fill the shoes that Hellcat puts in is basically your
sorry, yes,
your Natalia, or even the Chip.
I feel like Beloyski was in me, but just a little bit.
Or even the Chip, right?
Yeah, okay.
That could be quite a possibility. So De La Cruz won't get his hands on a Khalid once again. This is a huge menace when it comes to De La Cruz.
Yep, a lot of respect over to De La Cruz this time around for the side of Team Myanmar, right? Like 3 bands dedicated just for him. The Atlas is still wide open. I feel like there's a lot of things in the lineup that, you know, both Team Philippines and also Team Myanmar can also pick up though. Now, do we look at the mid lane for both of these two teams as well? Team Philippines, I think there was a Eve that was banned in the R5 ban pool earlier just now, but this time around, you know, Team Philippines is in the blue pick.
Yeah, Jusin's Jusin's already banned out, so won't get to see the light of day on this time around. Yifu is going to be banned. Gord again would be pretty good for Pabiko. Plays very well the artillery mages, so that's a counter deny pick.
Okay, at the very least, this time around it's going to be Team Myanmar that holds on to the gourd instead. But knowing how Team Philippines will play this, there's always a lot of there's an easy way for Team Philippines to really gain access to the gourd almost immediately. High loss, the Valentina to a certain extent, the Freya could also do the same, right? Coming in the flame with the Valkyrie dive at the same time, that's also how you deny gourd for the Mystic Gush as well.
There's quite a bit of options right here. If you want to really risk it, you could also go for the Farsa. This provides a lot of early game potential for the side of Team Philippines. Coupled that with a Freya and coupled with a pretty fast movement roam, this could wreak havoc for Myanmar's entire draft. Because Paquito really needs that time. Oh, the Loi and the Atlas.
We haven't seen
how
this
plays out. We've seen how this plays out.
I am foreseeing an interesting play coming out from the side of Team Philippines, right? Pabico used the diversion, send the Atlas all the way to the back line, fatal links the court.
And I think
it's hilarious.
This is a beautiful pickup from Loi for Lordy as well. Not only anti-dive, but it also provides that kind of, even if you don't really need to use the diversion for an aggressive approach, you could always lay it on to carry to try to get the side lanes cleared up and join in the team fight. Selena would be picked up as the answer for Myanmar. So the vision play against a vision play.
Dude, this is a very squishy lineup that Myanmar has just drafted for themselves, right? And these are very susceptible to Low E to a certain extent. The rotation and also the dispersion could just easily chunk everybody to pieces. Anti-dive, Selena, technically speaking, there's also a poke potential from the Abyssal Arrow, but most of the bulk of the damage, of course, the burst damage comes from her dives. But info is also something that the Selena can also provide onto the table from the side of Team Myanmar as well.
So extremely pick-off centric. Kyotia is definitely going to play the Selena on the roam position, which opens up that map just a little bit. You are able to place wards to where Philippines wants to traverse around the Land of Dawn. But this might not be enough because Philippines has a lot of engaged potential. They're very fast with their gap closing, especially with the likes of Loi, with the likes of the Atlas, with the likes of the Freya. Closes that gap and provides the additional support that they have for the carry to just deal that damage from the back.
I like how you break it down earlier just now, right? Like, there's so many avenues for the Team Philippines to engage. You can engage with the Fredrin, you can engage with the Atlas, you can also engage with the Freya to a certain extent. Whereas Team Myanmar, the Baxia knock into somebody, I think that's just about it. And then after that, follow a Selena Arrow or even a Mystic Bomb. Maybe perhaps with the Paquito coming in the flank, maybe, but we need to, I feel like what Team Myanmar is looking to do is to really pick Team Philippines apart and then after that start shoving side lanes instead. Don't handshake any team fights with Team Philippines, especially in this kind of roster.
I agree, 100%. Especially for Paquito, there are two targets for him, the Loi as well as the carry. We often underestimate the damage that Loi actually brings to the table, but the crowd control is just insane. It's so nutty, it's mental. And once you get trapped into that sort of like that death area, Myanmar needs to find a way to claw their way out of that. And the range that Selena provides, the range that Gort provides might not be the answer. The gap closing from Philippines is just way too much.
Yep, let's take a look. Game number 2 though, Team Philippines in the lead currently as of now. Team Myanmar, after a long break, I'm not too sure whether Selena is it. The difference, hopefully, is the one, this pocket pick, hopefully, is the one that Team Myanmar is relying on in order to win and equalize the game score against Team Philippines.
So they're sacrificing a extremely tanky front line, not a lot of crowd controls to set things up for themselves, but I think Myanmar, judging from how they play, the Nui are already starting to proxy that wave, which is pretty good. So getting that turret plating and getting the heck out of there, starting the early game rotation and speeding up that farm, that's the optimization that Benuya has on this Freya.
Yeah, I like the confidence coming out of Benuya though, but of course, Benuya Freya in level 1 is already ready to go. Just spam the dashes and you just output so much damage, especially when you have the Warcry as well. Is not afraid of Han to just appear, and that side he's more than happy to take him down.
Pre-level 4, Freya does have the upper hand. In the mid lane,
Pick off coming out from the side of Team Myanmar already. I bet that's your typical, Selena arrow that that landed onto, I believe that was Pabico. Unfortunate for Team Philippines for now, but it's still early game. Another one stunned. Oh my goodness! Team Philippines, Magnet to Abyssal Arrows for cure by cure.
What a find. That was 1 assist and 1 kill for the Selena right off the bat. This is the minute and 30.
Pick.
The pocket pick for Selena actually working out well. But they are on a timer though. In the late game, Selena doesn't really have a lot of defensive potential. Taking itemizations, the fighter emblem once again. You want to get that claw, you want to get that carry up to scale fast. You want them to sustain within these team fights. We saw earlier on in game number 1 how sustaining and how tanky, quote unquote, that carry is, even if she's left alone to her own devices. And right now, starting off this team fights.
Kill, landing onto another Selena arrow to try to slow down the fight just a little bit more. MLBB is already skill walking onto the turtle. Turtle proposal already committed. Here comes the Mystic Gun by Wolfspray. Vinuya goes down for the count. MLBB will be able to take down not only the turtle, but his counterpart from Team Myanmar.
Well, the idea was there for Vinuya. Great start in trying to disrupt and push the Boxia back. Found the Boxia, immediately tried to hammer onto that Boxia, but hold on a second, mid-side.
No way for him to run. The stuns coming out from Kill, and also just so many damage poured into him at the same time for the side of Team Myanmar. Team Philippines, on the other hand, this is not a very great start for now.
Well, they have a plan, and it's playing into the long game once again. I think it's more of fighting around that team fights. But that being said, I feel like Selena is definitely a very sneaky target for them. The Mystic Gush eventually comes out, targeting onto Vinuya, but a good job in trying to secure that first objective. For Team Philippines, though, it's the same MO as in the first game. Secure the objectives, secure the turtles, let's look for trades elsewhere. We don't care about the fights, we don't care about the leads that they have, at least for the first early to mid stages of the game. What we want to do is try to fight around the objectives. They know their power spikes, and they know how De La Cruz likes to set things up. Pagbiko hasn't come online with the diversions as of yet, but he is being punished for, for the later stages of the game. Speaking of which,
my goodness. Another death for the side of Pagbiko as well. Fatal Links coming up from the side of Team Philippines, trying to slow it down. Myanmar, Myo going down at the same time. And you can see the MLBB is not happy. You take down Pagbiko 3 times. Will not be able to find Selena though.
This is very unlike the Loyi. Typically, Pagbiko has a absolutely phenomenal kind of positioning when it comes down to team fights, when it comes down to, your rotations. But I think the Selena was picked up by Myanmar because they identify where Pagbiko will be at, what kind of bushes he likes to sit at, what kind of areas he's at. And with that added kind of like vision play that it gives with the arrows, you don't have to hit it, you just have to be around the vicinity.
I think that's a problem with, right? Like the fact that your games are just being analyzed all over across the world because you are the gold standard. Team Myanmar is taking leave out of that one. A lot of damage landing onto Paquito for now. De La Cruz looking for a target for the Fatal Links. Perfect match already denied. Vinuya dodge around there. Kyo will not be able to find it. Here comes the Mystic Gush as well. Vinuya grunts all the way in. Will be able to find onto the goal. The turtle still secured by the side of Han. De La Cruz making out a hand at the same time. Members of Team Philippines working on it, but Han does have a lot more damage, especially in the box here. 2 members down just for this particular fight.
That's the diversion. Will be safe getting out of there. That fight, specifically just targeting onto the Boxia, wasn't the right move for Team Philippines. I think they know what to go for. It's just the distance between themselves and Gord and the Selena, throwing that arrows and getting that stun up. Taking a look at the replays, it's just in the middle of the Mystic Gush, which created so much space for Team Myanmar to actually get even remotely close to the turtle and take that out.
Yeah, and even the rotations activated early on by Shine all the way up to the mid lane, catching on to Vinuya earlier just now, right? I think Vinuya's gameplay was correct. Tried to target down onto Myo, tried to deny, but another arrow coming out from the side of Kyo. Man, he's landing these very crazily.
Yeah, and he's all over the map. It's super slippery. They needed to give up that T1. And to that respect, though, Paquito's just getting out of harm's way super fast.
Praises Wrath committed very early on, comes out MLBB as well. Myo landing on Mystic Gush. Vinuya trying to dodge. We'll be able to find out Myo. That's a standing guard kill given the side Team Philippines.
Smart play by Vinuya. The mechanics is just impeccable. He knows that he's down low. He knows that he does have a little bit of sustain if he hits the creeps. They're saving the Beetle for this Freya, and then he's going back for the counter re-engage. So for Team Philippines, it's just a matter of time before they really come up online. But for Myanmar, the challenge now is to hold on so crucially to this lead.
Yeah, this is the awkward mid stage for the side of Team Myanmar, right? Earlier just now in game number 1, you notice that they're not also very confident and comfortable in capitalizing onto the leads. They are able to secure themselves in the early game. They were a little bit too passive, allowing Team Philippines to really take a little bit too much. As long as, you know, Team Philippines manage a bit of a goal lead that's around, I would say, less than 3K, I think, you know, Team Philippines could easily turn this around. But Team Myanmar, I need to see more coming out from them in order to basically capitalize on this lead.
Well, we talk about gap closing. Turtle at a quarter.
Nepomuceno taking that turtle into his hands. Easy pickings from the side of Team Philippines as well. Wait, hold on. Is that a diversion? Oh, wait. I'm not too sure.
There's on the top side.
The concealed play, and Pabinko returning the favor against Team Myanmar. And now it is Team Philippines striking back.
I thought the diversion was going to go back to the base,
Same.
but it went into the mid lane top bush. And they concealed in,
Yeah.
got that fatal links, and Myanmar definitely was not expecting that one.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the time where Team Myanmar may have caught off guard just a little bit. Pabinko pick up and then kill it as well. Nepomuceno landing on the precious right onto hands. 2 members down for the side, Team Myanmar and Team Philippines equalizing the kill score.
Well, Pabinko having that early 3 deaths, definitely not happy about that one. This is the response.
He
Myanmar
redeemed himself. Pabinko redeemed himself already.
biting off a little bit more that they can chew, not understanding where they're coming from. Pabinko is changing his face out in the midst of battle. Take a look replay. We see the chase coming in down the mid side. And you have Diana joining in the team fight, so that's an added damage boost from that carry alone.
Dude, the Fatal Links one more combo right into the Low E dispersion is just so painful, right? It's just, you know, burst damage for days. There's no way to run because you're really getting hooked in by the side of De La Cruz at the same time. And now Kyo, those cylinder arrows, you gotta have to land them even more better, especially going to the later parts of the game. You really need to find the damage onto Pabinko. If not, Team Philippines will take you and run with it.
For Selena, like I said, it's very risky. It's still on a timer. If they cannot sort of like defend the T2 engage from Philippines and they lose their turrets and Fatal Links once again,
shine.
Purify.
But the Purify don't, that's okay. Here comes another arrow coming out from the side of Kyo. But Nepomuceno is just taking a lot of resources away from the side of Team Myanmar right now. He actually hits most of the laser as well. Binuya coming in, trying to zone. Nepomuceno still alive. Vietnam taking down hand. And Binuya on the chase, on the Kyo. Vietnam picking up a double kill at the same time.
Beautiful find. Nepomuceno was just right there baiting out the Mystic Gush. He soaked in all of that damage and he threw down their Praiseless Wrap. That's the damage that we're looking for. I thought it was over for Team Philippines. The blue health bars were basically just turning yellow and into the red. And this was just impeccable layering of all of these team fights. Right now, again, back to my point, Kyotuya with the Selena is definitely on a timer. Take a look at the damage. Look at where all the yellow were hit. And then the Fatal Links pulled everyone into the picture, into the face of Nepomuceno, the GOAT.
Man, the Mystic Gush was just a Mystic Tickle coming out from inside Myo at that point. Nepomuceno somehow was able to tank through all of that damage coming out from Myo. Myo on this guard is supposed to be able to shred through tanks, but it seems like without a Claude and also Shine earlier just now getting zoned out, wasn't able to output the damage at all. And all of a sudden, Team Myanmar, you know, if your guard can't do damage already, you trust the Selena to do damage against Fredrin?
Yeah, and like I said, don't count Philippines out just as of yet. They might have been shaky in the start, but it's always their MO. They're playing to their strengths. Right now, Viana's inside every single team fight that they're going for. They're not taking the risk. They're not going in straight. But speaking of which, that's a concealed play. Might be able to find a body.
Nope. I think the concealed play is more for psychological warfare, just to prevent Team Myanmar from stepping up. But this is also where it gets really scary for the side of Team Philippines, right? Like, there's a lot of pokes coming up from Kyo and also to a certain extent Myo at the same time. So if Team Philippines were to just dilly-dally like that earlier just now, De La Cruz eats a arrow as well. You can start to see some of the damage also being poured onto the side of Vienna as well. Man, these arrows are annoying.
Yeah, but it's better him than everyone else on the team because he's the main setter. He's basically the baiter of the team. Taking a look at itemizations right now, there's the Holy Trinity built up for both of these marksmen. And I like the build, defensive build coming in from both these two tanks from the side of Philippines. You got the Radiant armor immediately first. You know, hey, Sri Lanka got to take notes on that one as well. And Vinuya, sorry, is basically on fire at this point. They're splitting their hits. They're not playing that 3-2 composition. Vinuya is down the bottom side, trying to push that wave in. And like I say, right from the draft, Selena is a very risky play because now, when you're back on that defense, there's not much that Selena can do.
The Boxer is supposed to get more levels because of the early game priority, but Frederick, look at Nepomuceno right now. Just level 15, 3 levels ahead against Han. Once Team Philippines get a inch, they go through the mile. They take a lot of these resources away from Team Myanmar right now. And Team Myanmar, once again, this early game matchup, early game priority heroes that they've selected for themselves, unable to find the mark.
Well, speaking of mark, I feel like the Paquito should be able to find the back line and play a little bit more sneakily at this point. But Philippines is just roaming together as a unit, playing a 4-1 composition. They're on the opposite side of the map. So for Team Myanmar, it would be kind of easy to read. If you see where Viana is on that map, you kind of know where Vinuya is on the opposite side. So plan your routes carefully, plan that approach a little bit thread carefully. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, at the very least, you know, I appreciate how Vinuya is doing it, but hold on a second. Kyo may find himself in a spot of trouble right here. Then Cruz crashes onto him. Here comes the fatal lane. Normal roll for the side of Team Myanmar as well. The praise of draft, half HP onto this guard. The guard lands on the missing gushers at the same time, but this time around, it may be a little bit too much for the Frederick. He limps away. Vienna finds the kill. That's going to be a killing spree given on the side of Vienna as well. Vinuya zones Team Myanmar away.
Slowed up, stunned up, taking a full laser to the face, and even more.
He laughs at danger.
Man, Philippines is just on fire this time around. Lead is way too much.
Okay. A little bit too much damage from the Lord. Right there.
But they're layering it in. Mortality already built up by Nepomuceno. So the second Lord of the match will be in the hands of Team Philippines and looking for the approach. And if we play our cards right, Philippines waiting out for that Lord, marching in the top side. And taking a look at the replay, nice find onto the Selena. A little bit of an ego stretch as well. Take me down in the early game, I'm going to take you out in the late game. Hey, test me, try me.
Yeah, Vienna is just like right at the max range of Mio. Mio's laser wasn't able to touch onto Vienna, so easy shred for the side of Vienna onto Han with because she is being a carry after it all. But of course, you know, Nepomuceno actually pull out so much attention away from Vienna, allowing Vienna to truly shine. And this is really that kind of teamwork that, you know, Team Myanmar is trying to break.
Yeah, and speaking of teamwork, there's so much opportunity, so many angles that they can come from. Right now is the base rush. You can always find the diversion up on the top side. I don't think Team Philippines wants to commit into big major team fights. They might want to wait out for the next Lord opportunity. Now,
not looking for foul points. Unfortunately, the Lord will be dealt with by the side of Team Myanmar for now. Vinuya jumping in, using the Valkyrie descent right there. Dashes over to kind of zone, I would say, yes. At the very least, they take down mid.
Good defense, good discipline. This is the Philippines that we all know and love. You have that lead, let's just maintain it. For Team Myanmar, though, you're just picking up that scraps. Yep. I think, again, in the early game, there's so much kill potential because it was just the laning phase. And once Philippines just huddle up together, it's so hard to tear apart. But there are still, you know, even if there are still weaknesses into Team Philippines, if Myanmar is able to find a good stun, if Myanmar is able to find the right target onto maybe Pobiko or Viana, they could have an opportunity in.
Diversion all the way down bot and over the center, the whole squad for the side of Team Philippines. Vinuya picking up a double kill as well, denying the Mitch from the side of Team Myanmar as well as Team Philippines crack open bot.
What a play, and they're going for it. Selena trying to buy time, but it might not be enough.
But at the very least, the waves are already cleared by the side of Team Myanmar for now. But hey, it's unfortunate that we're not able to see on the minimap where Pobiko decide to use the diversion. That's why.
Because it's not in the minimap, it's outside the minimap. You're playing out of bounds now, and Philippines, they're pushing it through.
Yeah, and now because Team Myanmar doesn't really have any form of peel, the only peel that they probably have is this Selena, which is getting guarded and screened by the side of Nebo Maceno right there. But the members on the side of Team Philippines trying to walk on the court. Another way, marching down top. It's up to Hayne to try to secure the Mystic Gush, pushing Team Philippines away, trying to defend as much as they can.
They come in the nick of time, and Philippines, they're still all so happy and healthy. 10 seconds until Lord spawns up. It's just a reset for now. What a good start and what a good cycle, pushing Myanmar back. And they know they bought themselves 30 seconds of pushing power. Look at how far the base is standing. It's on the precipice, and Philippines, they know it.
Yeah, we talk about scaling composition. Philippines has completely scaled. The Fresrin also, you know, it's so thick right now. You also got Vinuya that also output quite a bit of damage. Could dive as well, but hold on a second. Maceno finding on to Gyo as well. The Selena, no way for him to run. Mega kill, given over the side of Vinuya already as Team Philippines works on the Lord without Nepo Maceno.
It's a statement. They're giving up the kills early. Selena's getting them, but Philippines are saying,
I feel like
I'm going to come back to the version.
Once again, goes all the way up top,
straight to
top,
base.
top, all the way back to base, but there's no minions. This is annoying to see Papico just instantly sends everybody. And Team Myanmar, even if they see the diversion, they're not ready for it.
Yeah, Philippines is just intimidating all of them as the Picklings onto the potato. This 5-net collapse.
Oh man, it's so tough to watch if you aren't from the side of Team Myanmar as well. One after another, Team Philippines find a pick off, especially at this critical stage. 30 seconds from full strength.
The ball of blue coming in. Mystic Gush already laid down.
Mystic is laying down at the same time. Vinuya also hack access onto Han at the same time. Dela Cruz already has to disengage just a little bit. Cure running for the hills at the same time. Francis Ryan barely hits. He tried to pull the Lord all the way to the other side. As Vinuya with a bunch of meters trying to work on the core instead, but that's going to be shut down by more than enough. Team Philippines.